News.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Niranjan Abesundara. The government emphasizes there is no necessity to cover up detail in the Easter Sunday Presidential Commission report. Pakistan Prime Minister will arrive in the country tomorrow. 46th session of UN Human Rights Council commences. Separate examination center will be set up for coronavirus-infected students to sit for the GCE O-level examination. In world news, resurgence of COVID-19 in India's Maharashtra forces fresh containment measures. Sports news is tennis. World number one Bharti uncertain of schedule as Osaka closes in. Irrigation Minister Chamal Radhapaksa said the committee appointed under him will look into what steps the government has taken so far and what else needs to be done in line with the recommendation of the Easter Sunday Attacks Commission report. Mr. Radhapaksa, the chairman of the committee, studied the report of the Presidential Commission on the Easter Sunday attacks. Mr. Radhapaksa said that prior to the report being tabled in Parliament, it cannot be given to anyone, and that is the procedure. He said a single copy of the report is not ready yet, and once that is done, it will be presented to the Parliament and thereafter it would be made public. Mr. Chamal Radhapaksa assured justice would be served and no cover-up will be done to safeguard anyone. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, will visit Sri Lanka tomorrow on a two-day official visit on invitation of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. He will be accorded a special guard of honour at the Bandara International Airport in Katunayaka. Prime Minister Khan will attend bilateral meetings with the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, while several other high-level engagements are planned, including a business and investment forum as well as sports diplomacy initiative. Both the Sri Lanka and Pakistan Prime Minister will together preside over an event to sign several mutually beneficial bilateral memorandum of understanding tomorrow, following the official talks at Temple Trees. Prime Minister Khan, on his maiden official visit this year outside the country, will be accompanied by a high-powered business investment delegation. The Pakistani Prime Minister will be accompanied by Foreign Affairs Minister Makhdum Shah Mahmood Qureshi, Advisor to the Prime Minister on Commerce Abdul Razak Dawood, Foreign Affairs Secretary Sohail Mahmood, and senior Pakistan government officials. The 46th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council commenced today in Geneva, Switzerland, as to continue until the 23rd of March. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights is scheduled to present a report on reconciliation, accountability, and the promotion of human rights in Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council. UN Human Rights Commissioner Michelle Bachelet is due to present the report during the session. Sri Lanka's Foreign Affairs Minister Dinesh Gunabhadra is scheduled to address the Council online on Wednesday regarding Sri Lanka's position. United Kingdom, Canada, Montenegro, Northern Macedonia and Malawi are planning to bring a joint resolution against Sri Lanka. The Minister of Education for the GLP has said that separate examination centres will be set up for corona-infected students to sit for the GCE O-level examination. He said 2 such centres will be established in each district. During a media briefing in Colombo today, the Minister said the number of such examination centres will be increased in the Colombo district. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa today inaugurated Plant Hope, the national tree planting program organized by the Sri Lanka Scouts Association. The program aims to plant 100,000 trees in the country and took place to celebrate World Thinking Day in remembrance of the birthday of Lord Baden-Powell, the founder of the Scouts movement, and Lady Baden-Powell. The President inaugurated the program by planting a red sandalwood plant at the President's house today. MP Ashok Abesinghe says that Sri Lanka Army has never violated human rights. He said, Army cannot be allowed to be taken to the International Criminal Court. MP Abesinghe said Samik Janabalawegya is against any citizen of the country being penalized by the UN Human Rights Council. During a media briefing in Kurunagala, he said support of the Samik Janabalawegya would be given to the government to act against such moves. Mr. Kiran Bokpala said that although a major program was implemented to build the country following the victory of the last presidential election, there was no unnecessary expenditure on propaganda. The minister mentioned this while addressing the first Action Committee meeting of the National Development Media Centre this morning. Speaking on the occasion, the minister pointed out that many rural and national development projects commenced during the past few months, which was not seen earlier. However, he said the public has not been able to get a correct understanding about the projects. Therefore, the minister told the heads of media organizations who attended the meeting that the public should be properly educated on the development activities in the country. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
The Catholic Bishops' Conference in Sri Lanka says that they have suspicions about appointing a new committee to study the Presidential Commission report on the Easter Sunday attack. President of the Catholic Bishop Conference, Reverend Father Vincent J. Fernanda, mentioned this during a media briefing at the Bishop's House in Badulla. The Sri Lanka Embassy in the USA said in a statement that Sri Lanka and the United States explored the modalities to encourage exports of more Sri Lankan products to the US under the General System of Preferences arrangement. Sri Lankan Ambassador to USA, Ravinath Arya on Friday had a virtual meeting with Ambassador Christopher Wilson as a U.S. trade representative for South and Central Asia and reviewed the bilateral trade and investment relations between the two countries. The meeting particularly focused on the limited use of Sri Lankan exports to the U.S. that benefited from General System or Preferences arrangement and to explore modalities to encourage an increase in products that could benefit from the GSP. That was local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356-888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Ministry of Health said that 811 COVID-19 patients have recovered and discharged from hospitals within the last 24 hours. This brings the total number of COVID-19 recoveries in the country to 75,110. A total of 79,099 cases of coronavirus have been reported in Sri Lanka so far, while 4,444 of them are currently under medical care. Sri Lanka death toll due to the virus stands at 445. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
On to Watchlight, the 28th NCE Export Awards ceremony will be held on the 24th of February from 6 p.m. onwards at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo. This event, which has been conducted for the last 27 years without a break, is the most glittering in the business calendar of Sri Lanka. Over the year, the event has achieved national significance. This year, due to COVID-19 pandemic, the event will be held according to health and safety guidelines issued by the Ministry of Health with limited participation. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Resurgence of COVID-19 in India's Maharashtra forces fresh containment measures. Myanmar protesters amassed despite military warning. Airlines ground Boeing 777s after engine failure. Alarmed by signs that a second wave of coronavirus epidemic is building, India's richest state of Maharashtra ordered fresh restrictions on people's movement and imposed night curfews in some cities, though not in the financial capital, Mumbai. Maharashtra alone reported nearly 7,000 new cases yesterday, a steep rise from 2,000 cases earlier this month, with fears heightened by the appearance of new strains of the virus in parts of the country. Tens of thousands of people have turned out to protest in streets of Myanmar's major cities as part of a general strike called against the military coup. Businesses have shut as owners and employees joined the strike. Protesters were undeterred by a military statement that warned they were heading down a path where they will suffer loss of life. Myanmar has seen weeks of protests after the coup on the 1st of February. The U.S. plane manufacturer Boeing has recommended grounding dozens of its 777 aircraft around the world after one of the jets suffered an engine failure. The plane carrying 131 passengers was forced to return to Denver Airport on Saturday, but no injuries were reported. United Airlines and Japan's two main airlines have stopped using 62 planes. Korean Air says it will ground 6. In total, Boeing said 120 aircraft with the same engine as the Denver plane should be grounded. Secretary General of the UN Antonio Guterres says people around the world are relying on them to secure and protect their rights. He said this in his message at the opening of the 46th registered session of the Human Rights Council today. Secretary General said the pandemic shining a spotlight on human rights recovery gives opportunity to generate momentum for transformation, and now is the time to reset. He said there are a number of extremely concerning country situations, some of them very prolonged, and this is where the Human Rights Council and its mechanisms are so vital in raising awareness, protecting people, maintaining dialogue, and finding solutions. And back to the headline to the world news. Resurgence of COVID-19 in India's Maharashtra forces fresh containment measures. Myanmar protesters amassed despite military warning. Airlines ground Boeing 777s after engine failure. That was World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development news. The Mahindodaya Gramata Surveyor program has been initiated in a bid to create 50,000 new employment opportunities in the Northwestern province. The unique feature of the program is that it's been executed by the private sector and the government only provides guidance and infrastructure. The first two projects on this program were launched last week from Giribaba and Kurunegala on Saturday. On to sports news. Tennis Australian Ash Barty has provided no certainty if she will play regularly on the women's tour amid the COVID-19 pandemic, despite Naomi Osaka's closing in on her world number 1 ranking with a 4th Grand Slam title in Melbourne. Barty accepted a wild card to defend the Adelaide International title this week or to make an exit at the quarterfinal stage of a home Grand Slam with a defeat to Czech Carolina Muchova. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic will need to spend some time on the sidelines recovering from muscle tear that hindered him in the later rounds of the Australian Open, the Serbian said as he celebrated his 9th Melbourne Park title today. Swimming news. Japanese swimmer Rikako Aiki will compete in Olympic qualifiers in April after clinching a podium finish in her first 100 meters butterfly event since being treated for leukemia. Aiki, who was diagnosed in February 2019, returned to action in August last year, finished in 59.44 seconds to win bronze at Tokyo Open on Saturday. Cricket news. New Zealand won by 53 runs the first T20 against Australia at Christchurch today. Devon Conway was not out on 899. Batting first, New Zealand scored 184 for 5 wickets in their 20 overs. Australia were all out for 131 in 17.3 overs. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Anushka Fiber Industries won the SME Brand of the Year for the second consecutive year, the 19th Slim Brand Excellence 2020 organized by the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing at the BMSCH in Colombo. Anushka Fiber Industries is one of Sri Lanka's leading manufacturers of fiber reinforced plastic products with 25 years of experience in the industry. It caters to various sectors such as apparel and garments, education, leisure, domestic, automotive, aquatic, advertising, hospitality and hotels. That was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions. LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
Extending its efforts to counter the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on Sri Lanka's apparel sector, International Finance Corporation or the World Bank Group has proposed $50 million long-term financing for the digital brand Sri Lanka Limited to sustain its operations and preserve jobs in the country. Apparel industry is one of the hardest hit industries in the country that COVID-19 pandemic. That is economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
On to the weather. Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the eastern, U and north central provinces and the Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers shall occur at several places in the western Sabaragama provinces and the Golden Mathura and Kandy districts during the evening or night. Philip falls about 50 millimeters can be expected some places in the areas. Misty conditions can be expected some places in the central, Sabaragama, Uva and western provinces and the Golden Mathura districts in the morning tomorrow. That was the weather report and back to the headlines of the news. The government emphasizes there is no necessity to cover up details of the Easter Sunday Presidential Commission report. Pakistan Prime Minister will arrive in the country tomorrow. 46th session of UN Human Rights Council commences. Separate examination center will be set up for coronavirus-infected students to sit for the GCE O-level examination. In the world news, resurgence of COVID-19 in India's Maharashtra forces fresh containment measures. In sports news is tennis, world number one Bharti uncertain of schedule as Osaka closes in. That is the news and back to Chandima Veerako to keep entertained this Monday evening. Chandima, all yours.